Hello, and thank you for navigating to the IDD for Canvas support. In this guide, we'll be going over the roll call attendance function and how to set it up. So what you want to do, you'll notice right off the start is in this course, there is no attendance option here in the navigation bar. And so what we'll want to do is we're going to go to settings first. And here in settings, we're going to go up to our navigation tab. Here, this is where we'll be able to choose. We have our active tabs up here, or our active links, and we have our disabled links below. So what we're going to do is we're going to look here in our disabled navigation links. We're going to find attendance tool. So you can either add this by selecting the three vertical dots here and clicking enable, or you can just drag and drop it wherever you want here in the active region. Be sure before you leave, before you navigate away, to scroll down and select save, or else it won't apply. The next thing that we want to do is, so we do see attendance showing up here in our navigation bar, but we'll notice when we go into assignments, we don't have an assignment for attendance just yet. The trick here is the first time that you take attendance is when it automatically creates the roll call attendance item. So what you can do is I would suggest to go in and maybe click on and then click off for a student. And this should activate it as an assignment now. So we see here we have our roll call attendance, and unfortunately we see it's out of 100 points. So this might not be the amount of points that you want to give students. And this will be the total point value no matter how many entries you take in your attendance. So what you can do is if you want to change this, we're going to select the three ellipses over here on the right, and we're going to click Edit. Oops, as long as it doesn't try to drag it somewhere else. Click Edit. And here in our pop-up menu, we can change the point value. So if you want this to be less than 100, you could put it in as 50. You could put it in more than 100, whatever you're feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with 100. You can also go here for more options. You can switch it from percentage to point value, and you can choose which assignment grouping it goes into. I would suggest not toggling anything here in the submission type, since this is an external tool, and if you want it to function correctly, don't touch anything here on this one. But when you're set, go ahead and click Save. So now we'll see we're back to our roll call attendance tool, the same one that shows up over here on our course navigation bar. And some of the functions here, one of the first ones that I'm going to let you know is that you can select the value of tardy. So you'll notice here that we have this kind of null icon, which means that there's no score value or grading done so far. When you select this the first time, you get the full points attendance. And so in this case, we have one entry at 100 points or 100%. And then if you click it twice, we have our absent value. And in this case, that is zero points or 0%. So in this case, we still have one entry point for this, and that entry point is at 0. So we can assume that Kathy's score is going to be 0 and Connie's is going to be 100. Our next option is we click this 3 times and we have our tardy icon. And this can be whatever value you choose. If you want to set your value, you'll go up here to the settings icon, and we're going to select roll call settings. And so right now it's set at 80%, but if you want to be, more harsh, you could set it back to 75% for tardy, or 70 or whatever value you would like. So that's the option there for setting your value. So we'll see here that Carla should have 70 out of 100. Let's go ahead and take a look at our gradebook. And so this is also, once again, this is out of one entry. And so let's see, where is it showing up? Here we go. So just as I was guessing. Connie has 100, Kathy has 0, Carla has 70. So keep in mind that this is the totaling out of, it averages out of how many entries that you put in to your roll call attendance. It'll calculate up the score based off of how many full point percentages, 0 point, or partial points that you have. So if I went in and I remembered that, oh, I need to put in the attendance from yesterday, and let's see, maybe Kathy was actually there, and Connie was there, and Carla was not there. This is going to change our values quite a bit. So Connie should still have 100%. Kathy should be somewhere like 50%, and we'll see what happens with Carla. And once again, here we go. So since Connie was here both on, the 1st and the 2nd of October, she has 100%. Since Kathy was here on the 1st and then absent on the 2nd, that's totaling the 50%. And then in this case, Carla had a present or an absent and a partial, giving the 35 points out of 100. So keep in mind that this function is the roll call attendance is gonna function with the point value that you assign as being the total point value, and that's gonna be divvied up based off of the amount of roll call attendance entries that you put into it. So that's it for roll call attendance. Thank you once again for navigating to the IDD, and have a great one.